Hello everyone. Today, we're diving into a truly fascinating topic, the intersection of chocolate and vitamins. You might think they're worlds apart, but believe it or not, they're both tightly intertwined with our health. First off, we're going to chat about a study called Cosmos, a clinical trial sweetly co-funded by Mars, the candy titan, and a renowned multivitamin manufacturer. The aim to gauge the effects of cocoa extract and multivitamins on the health of older folks. This experiment was conducted at Brigham and Women's Hospital affiliated with Harvard University and Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center in Seattle. Unfortunately, for us chocolate lovers, the cocoa extract findings didn't dish out any significant effects on overall cardiovascular events. It only possibly influenced some results for certain individuals who religiously stuck with the supplements. And as for boosting brain function, the findings weren't too optimistic, which leaves us to simply relish the delectable taste of chocolate. On the flip side, the multivitamin results were a bit of a mixed bag. While the supplements didn't correlate with an increased risk of some cancers or cardiovascular diseases, the benefits in these areas were also not crystal clear. However, the results for the brain were more promising. One set of findings revealed that for those aged 60 or over, taking multivitamins was linked to better verbal memory 3 years later. The authors estimate that this benefit is akin to staving off over 3 years of age-related memory loss. These studies come with some notable caveats. For one, the Cosmos trial participants needed to have internet access and their own computers, and almost all were college-educated white individuals. Clearly, both of these cohorts represent a selection group that might not capture the entire population. These studies also used specific formulas of multivitamins supplied by the company that manufactures the product, so the effects of different formulas are yet to be known. What's interesting to note is a particular pattern emerging from these studies and others related to brain and other parts of the body. The worse the baseline condition, the bigger the potential improvement. Well-nourished, well-educated, proficient internet users participating in the study may have little room for improvement in brain or other health aspects. In contrast, those with health issues or lower baseline memory scores might reap more benefits. Hints of these patterns appeared in the study findings. For instance, those with existing heart conditions might gain greater brain benefits from taking multivitamins. In a separate Cosmos analysis, researchers discovered a correlation between better memory and increased dietary intake of flavonoids, compounds found in chocolate and other plant-based foods and thought to be beneficial for the brain. Improvements were reported among those with lower baseline flavonoid intake. Our dietary habits have a profound impact on our health, particularly our brain health. That's why it's essential for us to pay attention to these studies and glean valuable information from them. We need to know which foods and supplements can be good for our brain and which might not be as beneficial as we imagine. First up, let's chat about chocolate. I know, we all love it, but we've got to face the facts. Chocolate isn't the magical elixir we might have dreamed it to be. Although the cocoa extracts in it are thought to be heart-friendly, our tests didn't quite show the same. This doesn't mean we should drop chocolate like a hot potato. Instead, let's embrace it as a fun part of our diets and not bank on it to work miracles. Next, we're gonna natter about multivitamins. Now, here we saw some intriguing results in the trials. For folks aged 60 or over, popping multivitamins seemed to boost their verbal memory. That's a hopeful sign because it suggests we can tune up our brain health just by tweaking what's on our dinner plates. However, we've got to keep in mind that the participants in these studies were mostly well-educated white folks, likely with fairly wholesome diets already. For those whose food choices aren't as top, shifting their eating habits could yield even more impressive benefits. Lastly, let's gab about flavonoids. These compounds found in chocolate and other plant-based foods are thought to do wonders for the brain. During the trials, researchers noticed a link between improved memory and upping the intake of flavonoids in our diets. This is pretty exciting because it hints that we can enhance our brain health just by piling more flavonoids onto our plates. So how should we put this all into practice? Well, we need to make sure our diets are brimming with fresh veggies and fruits, as they're packed with flavonoids. Also, we should make sure we're getting enough vitamins in our diets and consider taking supplements if needed. And last but not least, we need to ensure we have a healthy dose of chocolate in our diet because who knows? The cocoa extracts might just do our brains some good. Advice for aging brains and bodies may not have changed much since we were kids. Eat your fruits and veggies, and maybe chocolate. Supplements might be extra. We hope this video has given you some food for thought about how what we eat impacts our brain health and handed you some practical advice to revamp your eating habits for better brain health. We hope our videos are a helpful part of your journey to living healthily. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and share.